I attend a university, and I often ride the public bus to get there. When I take the bus, I do walk a bit from bus to bus and onto the campus. The bus is full of weird people, especially where I live, but I don't pay it any attention even when I get creepy looks from older men. One day, on the second bus that I take, there was a guy that had gotten on the bus a few stops after me. He sat on a seat that faced mine across the bus, but I kept reading my book with my headphones in. Every so often, I would look up, and he would just be staring at me. I noticed that he looked familiar, but brushed it off as someone who had ridden the bus before with me. As we got closer to my stop, he started to get closer to me, moving up towards me. When the doors opened at my stop, I booked it out, leaving him behind a few people. When I reached halfway across the parking lot, I heard someone shout, "Hey!" I knew it was him, so I just pretended not to hear him. Again, I heard him yell, but this time closer. I walked a little faster, but before I had reached the first building, I felt a tap on my shoulder. I jumped around and saw him standing too close to me. I backed away a little before acknowledging him. Yes? I asked, trying to sound normal, so he wouldn't hear my obvious anxiety. He started asking my name and if I went to the school. I gave him a fake name and told him yes, because how could I lie? I was literally on campus. He started to compliment me, saying how pretty I was and how he would love for me to be his lady. That word gave me the chills of disgust. He said he was from a men's recovery home at a ministry that I went to, but at a different location. I now realized where I knew him from and knew he was an ex-con that went through the recovery home to get out of jail. I freaked out a little more, but told him that I had a boyfriend, which I did, and that I was sorry I couldn't be with him. Granted, I forgot to mention he was in his early 30s and I was only 18 at the time. He said that was okay and that I would be his someday. I smiled, trying to not let fear overtake me, put my headphones in, and practically ran to my class. After this, I texted almost everyone, my mom, dad, brothers, and my boyfriend. I have bad anxiety, so I tend to overdo it when something like this happens. A few months later, we had a gathering of our ministry that included all the churches in the valley. I had forgotten about the incident at the time, so I had no problem going. My parents had to help do some stuff, and my brothers had gone to the 7-Eleven, so I waited inside. I sat down on my phone, scrolling through my Instagram, before I heard a man say hi behind me. I turned around thinking it was someone from my church to see the same bus guy. My face immediately dropped as I said hi back. He grinned, saying he missed me, because now I would ride the bus a bit earlier as to avoid him. I told him I had a car, as to not let him know I still ride the same route after seeing him a few more times on the same route at the same time. I guess he figured out my schedule. The initial incident happened a year ago, and the second happened at the beginning of this year. Every time our churches have an event, I see him now, so I stay by my parents or other people so he doesn't approach me. He just kinda stares and smiles at me when I look back at him. I also recently found out that he is mentally ill and was sentenced to go to jail after assaulting an ex-girlfriend. I have also been followed home by another guy from the bus yesterday. Honestly, I feel like I should just save up for a car and stay away from public transportation. I'm a 24-year-old female who lives in Texas. I work a lot, so I never have much time, nevertheless for the gym, so I tend to go at strange hours of the night. This happened to me recently, and it was around 9 p.m. I live in a pretty safe part of town in an apartment complex, low crime rate, nice people, you catch my drift. So I never feel unsafe going late to the gym, even alone, but I always do carry pepper spray. So I was going about my workout using the cable machine right next to a glass door. I noticed this guy walking around outside and by the complex pool, which is right in front of the gym. The gym has clear windows, so you can clearly see who's by the pool, even though it's a bit dark. I took a good look and saw only him out there. The bathrooms are right outside the gym to the left. The type of bathrooms that just anybody can walk in at any time, with multiple stalls. They're usually locked, but tonight, for some reason, they were not. I was super focused during this workout that I turned away for a moment and I heard the women's restroom door open. It's almost like a dragging noise, like the door is heavy. All of a sudden, I heard it close pretty hard. I looked and saw nothing. No one there, I thought to myself, and continued the workout. I stared at the women's bathroom door throughout the entire workout this time, never taking my eyes off of it. 5 minutes go by, 10 minutes, now 15, almost 20, and no one has come out of that bathroom. I told myself I was creeping myself out, as I like to listen to a lot of scary stories. After I told this to myself, the guy I saw earlier was now walking around and looking around and went into the men's restroom. He came out after 5 minutes and went back to the pool. Mind you, he was not wearing pool clothing. Jeans, a baseball cap, a denim jacket, and he had a heavy backpack. In Texas. There was another girl in the gym with me, so I interrupted her workout, warning her about the creeper, to watch her surroundings, and that I watch too many Criminal Minds for my own good, therefore I'm so paranoid. She asked to walk out with me and I obliged. I wished her a good night and to be careful. The gym has a camera, but it's in the gym, not facing the door. I was tempted to go into the bathroom to see if someone was there, but this time I did not have pepper spray and I just had a terrible gut feeling telling me to not go in there. I got home safely. I do plan on reporting it to the apartment complex just as a heads up. I don't know if it was me being paranoid, but it's better to be safe than sorry. I wonder what the guy by the pool's intentions were, and whoever was in that woman's restroom, I don't want to know if they were waiting for someone to come inside. Whatever it was, I'm glad I didn't stick around to find out.